Enormous marionettes float several meters above the ground. The weightless giants execute a precise choreography and write their story across the sky. The new show by the French street theater company Les Plasticiens Volants is called Big Bang. It tells the story of the creation of the universe. It recently premiered in the town of Libourne near Bordeaux.
The advantage and the biggest challenge is building a marionette without a solid and fixed structure. They have to move in a way that makes them seem alive. We want the audience, in their imagination, to believe they can bend and turn their heads.
The marionettes are filled with a mix of air and helium. They're guided from the ground. The puppeteers move through the crowd, using ropes to operate the figures overhead. Les Plasticiens Volants have been delighting audiences the world over for more than 25 years. This performance is entirely without words, and the images invite spectators to enter a realm of fantasy and emotion.
You have to practice over and over. Sometimes it's so windy that you know the performance will be affected. But tonight it was brilliant. That's the magic of it. That's what makes a performance on stage indoors different from one outdoors.
For the past 12 years, the company has been based in a former tannery in the town of Groslay near Toulouse. 3 months ago, they inflated the new marionettes for the first time. The technique is simple. Fans regulate the air supply, and ropes control the puppets. The theater group spent about 3 years developing their new show.
These 4 pieces here have never been blown up with helium as an ensemble. We don't know how well they fly and what the total effect will be. It'll be a surprise.
Next door, a 20-meter-long two-headed monster gets a coat of paint. The shade of the color has to work in the dark, and the colors need to glow.
We want to give them a personality, bring them alive. We don't try to make them beautiful, but to express their personalities.
The puppet has to make an impression up close and from a distance. The audience can touch them, see every detail, but they also need to have an effect from 50 or 100 meters away.
The first models are small in size. The figures are first designed on the computer and then transposed onto cloth. The separate sections are sewn together. But until the puppet is filled with a mix of helium and air, there's no saying whether it'll work as planned. The ropes have to be attached to the right spot so they can be operated and move through the air. The puppeteers have to learn to merge with the marionettes flying overhead to create an illusion of poetry in motion.
It's like a closet door that creaks, and suddenly you remember the dreams you had as a child. Even adults are taken back to their childhood dreams and play with the inflatable figures.
At the Street Theater Festival in Libourne, about 3,000 spectators gathered to watch the world premiere of Big Bang.
I liked it a lot. Fun to watch. Fabulous.
It was very nice, these floating puppets everywhere, and the music was also wonderful.
The performance takes an hour. It's Les Plasticiens Volants' brief history of how the universe was born.